Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, I guess. Welcome back to the SUNSHINE Book Club. We are going to be discussing today Black Sunshine by Karina Halle, which we read for October because we wanted to read paranormal romance.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the one that won the poll. I know, well, the reason I heard about this is I'm pretty sure Tamika from Tamika's Library loves this book.
Oh, okay.
I think she does, but then my friend Jan loves this book.
Okay.
Like, I think I heard Tamika talk about it way long ago, and then Jan was talking about it, like, she read it this year, and it's, like, one of her favorite books of the year, I think, or last year.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah,
I
but
never heard of this book, so it was like very new. I mean, I probably did hear about it, but I forgot about it. And but yeah, um, it
yeah.
was a thing that we
Oh,
read.
wow. Oh, wow. I'm trying to look it up. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm trying to see if it comes up on Tamika's channel, because maybe I'm wrong.
I thought she had a Goodreads. I don't know.
Oh, when I look up her channel in Black Sunshine, it doesn't come up. But I know, like, people have been Jan read it and loved it, and then a lot of the friends that Jan and I have in common have been reading it too and liking it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I put it on here. I guess we can get into ratings.
Yeah. Oh, Charles read it. A year ago he gave it 4 stars.
Oh wow. Okay, well, what is everybody's rating?
You're giving it 4. Okay.
4.5. I literally, when I tell you I finished it, like 10 minutes before I came on here. So like I feel like I haven't digested it yet.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. When it's so new. Hi, Gamer. I read it yesterday. I honestly didn't expect it. I didn't expect to finish it yesterday just because it is so long. It's like the audiobook's like 13 hours or something like that.
Bro, I know.
But I like I said, I was painting the baby's room, so I had the audiobook going and I was just in the zone and I finished it. And the second half of the book is definitely stronger than the first
Mm-hmm.
half of the book because I wanted to DNF this book probably about 3 times in the beginning. But I didn't. I just stayed. If I was physically reading it, I definitely would have 100% would have DNF'd it. But since I was just listening to the audiobook, I was like basically held hostage by my by my headphones. I definitely started to like it more at the halfway point. So I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars.
Okay, 3 stars.
Yeah.
3 stars.
So
I
you
feel like
want
you're getting harsher with your
I'm being
rating.
harsher.
Not like I feel like in the past couple months, maybe it's that pregnancy,
Maybe. Maybe.
something. Maybe you got a harsh critic in there
I know. Like
rubbing
my
off on
baby's
you.
listening to this while I'm listening to this and like, this is what you read?
Um, okay. Let me see. My other banner, my
Oh,
non-spoilers banner.
not spoiler banner.
See, this book to me didn't really have that much plot. You know, it didn't have much going on. But I was just there. I was just having a good time. That's why I didn't give it 5 stars because I had a good time. But like I feel like I can read books that have no plot and love them, but I
Yeah.
didn't get like that overwhelming like sense like that. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm obsessed with this." But I
Mm-hmm.
did like the characters and I liked the world. Like I thought the world was really interesting because I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to like normal paranormal romances, like normal vampire romances and everything like that. I feel like are generally okay, but then sometimes when it's like trying to be like more fantasy, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like the author doesn't do it that well.
Right.
And I liked how the author did it in here. I thought it was well done, the world.
Yeah. I would have liked like the prologue is really nice to set up the book and like the whole like conflict within the book. Um I don't know, maybe it's just because like we're from her point of view. You don't know a whole lot because you she knows
That's
nothing.
true.
She knows
Yeah.
nothing. And I feel like even at the end of the book, we still know nothing.
There's a
Even though
sequel, but I
there
forget
is,
what it's called. I like the title though, but I forget what it was called. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but I think part of my headache that's happening right now is because I don't, do you know Smash or Pass, Nicole?
Mhm.
So there are these videos that are, hey Pat, there are things that are called like people do smash or pass videos where they get a whole bunch of people in person and set like the men up in a line and then have each woman go down saying if they'll smash or pass each one and
Uh-huh.
then they'll do the opposite and like I don't understand why the videos are that great. Like there was one that had a really funny moment in it, but that's like it. But like my roommates love to watch these smash or pass videos and I can hear on the TV, right, every time they say pass, it goes ding, 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 and that
Oh,
little ding is like giving me a headache.
the fact that you already have a headache and then you're hearing that.
I
Yeah,
swear my roommates just give me a headache every day of my life.
true, true.
Okay,
So
wait,
my roommate does too. Yeah.
I'm weak. Oh, wait, what I heard about the title of the second book is not what it actually is. It's called The Blood is Love, but I heard something else was the title. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, there's. I knew that there was going to be a sequel. Just the way that it ended, it
yeah,
was definitely cliffhangery. But so yes, you will learn more as the story progresses just because you're in her point of view, you don't know anything. And even when things were revealed in the book, it didn't seem like that big of a deal because she still didn't understand, because she doesn't know any of the history. Like when she found out like who her father was, she's like, what does that mean? Because no one's told her, kind of thing. So it was like, it was just all kind of like underwhelming, I think, just because like she didn't know, like, so
yeah.
it really wasn't that big of like a, oh my gosh, when you found out like who her dad is, because she didn't know anything, she didn't know about the history, so she wasn't really like shocked to the core. um I didn't
Mm.
really like our main guy, like, at
You
all.
did it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like him in the beginning, which for obvious reasons, he was kind of a douchebag. um
I
his
mean, yeah.
douchebag his douchebag tendencies continued even when they were together. um I liked it more towards the end when he got all like soft with her, like soft feelings. But other than that, I really did not.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
like him so much.
I didn't really mind him because, like, yeah, he was a douchebag, but, like, in my head, if you've been alive for that long, like, I feel like I'd also be a douchebag, you know? Like, I
Uh,
feel like at that point, like, I'd be so annoyed with humans and people and society that at that point, like, I would just be terrible. I feel like if I was alive for that long, I would be terrible too.
I'm not even a 1,000-year-old vampire, and I am already a douchebag. Like, I
That's
hundred
what I'm
percent,
saying, like,
like, I 100% agree with that. But also, it's just like what thing that I don't.
"Oh, it was on YouTube? Oh, I bought the audio." Well, also,
I sure did too.
YouTube doesn't go up to 3 times speed anyways, so
That's true. I was gonna borrow it from my library, but there's something wrong with my library card. Like I have to call and like renew my registration or whatever. Like I can't do it online, even though it's almost 2023 and we can't renew registrations online anymore. And I don't know. So I have to call the actual library to renew my library card. So my apps would start working. But anyway, yeah, I bought the audiobook as well. But the thing that I don't the thing that I don't like about dark romances is when the guy, or whatever love interest, guy or girl or non-binary or whatever,
mhm.
is such a jerk to the other love interest, supposedly the other love interest, but they still end up falling in love. And I was like, I don't get that, because if you're mean to me, I don't really want to be around you at all. So
I mean, yes, I agree. But also sometimes well, it can't just be like I feel like for me, it can't just be like one person being super mean.
yeah.
Like if it's more of like a dynamic, like I like that.
Mhm.
But I can get it a little bit. I don't know. Like when I was in middle school, this one boy bullied me, but I kind of had a crush on him. So I get it, you know?
I get it.
He didn't bully me like bad though. Like it wasn't like that bad, but he was just terrible.
I mean, I get why. I don't even know his name in this book. um
I
I
was
get
trying to remember it, like lock it into my brain for this, and I couldn't.
I
Mm.
get why he is the way he is, just because just with the book the way it is, like, she's special. You get it. She's special, right? And he's really just like, I don't really care about you one way or the other. I just need to know if you're this thing, right? That was basically his whole dynamic. And Absalon, that was his name. They called him Salon for short.
Salon, yeah. But I kind of liked it. Yeah, it's like liking the bad boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get
Yeah,
it.
but like I like when they're a bad boy or mean to other people on my behalf. That is what I like. I don't like
Okay,
it when they're mean to me. Like,
yes, but I think usually, like with the bad boy trope, I feel like if they're just automatically nice to one person, like that's so unrealistic. Like to me, it makes more sense if they're mean to the main character in the beginning too, because they're mean to everybody.
right, right, yeah. That's like
So to
that's
me,
why
it
I'm just
doesn't
like
bother me.
I get why he is the way he is when they first meet. Um, but why continue the douchebaggery well into 3/4 of the book? Like why?
That's true. I mean, to me, he didn't really seem that bad. I was just like, he's an old crusty vampire.
Emphasis on the crusty.
I'm meek. What else was I gonna say? I had something I was gonna say and then I forgot.
Like
Oh,
there are other characters I liked more that I would have wished had more.
page time.
I was gonna say screen time, but yeah, page time works better. But this book was already so long. I'm just like, why is this dragging on for so long? Because
Yeah, but I like how this was done because like when I think about this, right? I also kind of think about Zodiac Academy, which is weird because in Zodiac Academy, wait, have you read it?
no,
Oh,
but
well, like okay. So like in the beginning, like they start off like in their own world, and then they kind of get like teleported to another world. Like they
okay.
kind of go into like this world that's like fantastical. But I feel like in that book, for example, like it didn't do very well, like meshing of like the fantasy with it had like fantasy elements, paranormal elements, and then it also had like an urban setting for a little bit. And I feel like none of it worked together. So
Mm-hmm.
I liked how it was done in here, and I feel like it was kind of like bringing back like old urban fantasy. Like it's giving like City of Bones. It's giving
Yeah,
City of
I hear what you
Bones.
mean. I mean, I liked how everything was. I mean, I don't think she did one aspect less than the other. Like there was equal parts fantasy or urban fantasy and equal parts like contemporary just because for a while in the beginning, not a while, but for a little bit in the beginning of the book, she thought she was completely quote unquote normal, So
Mhm.
yeah, it was Pat, I did like Wolf. I like Wolf a lot. Honestly. Um and then I really didn't I don't
I did
know.
not like Wolf.
I liked Wolf. He was fine. I really liked Wolf. Um
It wasn't that I didn't like Wolf, but you know, like when she like oh hold on, I guess this is spoilers. Hold
oh yeah.
on. So you know when he like what's his name? Salon, whatever
Mhm.
his name is,
Yeah.
he's like, oh like I can't have sex with her and she's in lust, so Wolf just go ahead.
Yeah.
And then they had sex for like 2 days. Like I didn't like that. I was like, Wolf, be for real. What is wrong with you? I did not like that. I was like, Wolf, how did you just have sex for 2 days?
He's supernatural, but
I guess, but it was just weird to me. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And then I
I
was like,
didn't like
Wolf, that's gross.
I didn't like that either because honestly, I was expecting it to be Salon. I expected him to just give in and be the one to, like have sex with her just because that's really every other paranormal romance that I've read dealing with this type of situation. Um, it's always the potential love interest that takes care of the
I'm
whoever.
sorry, I'm really cold.
That's totally fine. It's probably like 28 degrees there. Um,
Actually, it's 80 degrees today.
wow. I think it, no, it was, I don't even know. I don't even know
It's
what
been
it was.
really warm here lately, weirdly.
But so yeah, I mean, I totally expected it would to be Salon would be the one to take care of her, but it wasn't. So I was just like, that's kind of weird. And then they have like this completely platonic relationship afterward because she really has like no memory of it. So I'm like, okay, I guess. It was 79 degrees today. Was the
Oh,
high.
so we were like the same.
The Watcher.
That's not
Yeah,
even how you spell it. It's spelled so weird. It's spelled Solon.
yeah, like Absalon, Salon being the
I guess.
yeah.
That's just not
Um,
what I see when I look at it. When I see it, I just see like colon, but with an S.
hmm.
I don't know why, because S and C's are both like, curvature, I guess. So when I see it, I just see colon.
Colon. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I fully expected to like this book just because vampires. I mean, I love vampires. But I mean, it was just okay. It was just okay for me. I really, honestly, it took me a while to even like Lenore.
Oh yeah, she's a little annoying.
And then her parents.
Oh yeah. But she was a little annoying, but I kind of related to her because like I don't really think about it like this no more, but like her being like torn between like the witches and the vampires, like well, at least growing up, like being biracial, like it low key kind of be like that. Now I don't really think about like now it's not really like that for me, like as an adult, but like I
Mhm.
could appreciate that like
Yeah,
as like how I was growing up. That's how I got into college with my essay. They ate that up.
nice, nice.
It's so basic though. That's what every biracial mixed person does for their essay. Feeling torn between the two groups. But you know what? Did it work?
Yep.
But I kind of liked that she was torn and she was like half and half. I
Yeah.
thought that was just interesting. I like the way that that was done a lot.
Very interesting. I really was kind of more interested in how she was created, actually. So, like, I was more
Really?
interested in her biological parents' story than I was about her.
Yeah, I think that they're probably gonna dive into that in the next book more. You're probably not gonna read the next book, but
God, no.
but they'll probably talk about it more in the next book.
Yeah, yeah, they probably will. Probably, learn a lot more. When you find out everything, like towards the end, it'll probably be a lot more like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
I
like,
kind of do wish though, like when we found out who her dad was, I feel like I did wish it was more like shocking because like we didn't even know who that man was, and so when it was revealed, it was just like, oh,
yeah,
like,
it didn't matter. It
but
didn't
like
matter
for
because
example,
it didn't matter to her because she didn't know who y'all were talking about.
bringing it back to Miss City of Bones, when they found out in that book that Valentine was Clary's father,
Mhm.
you were like quaking because
Yeah.
Valentine was built up to be such this big person
Yes.
that like was scary and terrible, and so the fact that it was him was like it was just so crazy. But
You
in this book,
were
you were just like,
okay. Yeah, it didn't matter.
no, truly
Didn't matter
didn't.
at all. But oh gosh, yeah, I remember reading City of Bones and finding out that Claire's dad was Valentine. I was like,
And then oh my god, and then when they found that Jace and Clary were brother and sister, but then they did not end up actually being brother and sister.
I know.
Bro, why would she do that? That was just so weird for her to do at that time.
It was. It was very, very strange.
Yeah. Oh, also, I want to talk about in this book. I can't remember specific examples, but you know how there was like references to like modern day stuff,
Yeah.
like, but I felt like it kind of dated itself a little bit. Like
Yes.
that's what happened a lot in Zodiac Academy, but Zodiac Academy was like way, 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 way worse than this. Like every other page, there was a reference to some pop culture, and
Mhm.
this book is definitely not like that. But it had some things, and I was like, oh, like I know what that is.
I didn't really. I mean, when you read, contemporary or like contemporary settings and stuff, like there's got to be like some pop culture references, and
Yeah.
sometimes it can drag you out of the story. But I feel like for this one, I really wasn't in the story enough to be dragged out of it, so I didn't
Oh
really.
wow. Oh wow. But yeah, I thought that was interesting because this was published last year.
Yeah, for it to be kind of like dated like that. I don't
It was
know.
published last year, and the second book also came out last year, but it came out just a couple months later. Let me see. It came out, the first one came out in March, and the second one came out in July.
See, these romance authors just like, here's all my books, go.
Oh, you know what's interesting though? The second book is only 316 pages. This one's
Oh,
like 450.
okay.
So
I mean,
that's
I'm.
interesting. Why is the second book so much shorter?
I
That's
don't know.
interesting to me because you would think, right, the second book has more stuff to wrap up, more world building, more stuff to dive into. So the
Yeah.
fact that it's shorter is just weird.
It's a red flag for me. I don't know.
Not a red flag. I'm weak.
Red flag number two.
I'm so dead. I don't know what else to even talk about in this book, to be honest, because not much occurred.
That nothing. I'm gonna zero. One thing happened in this book, and it was all
That's
kind of like one big thing. You know, it's like it's all revolving around her and how that she's like this hybrid being, and like yeah, she gets kidnapped by Salon, and he like pretended he was going to like sell her to the highest bidder, but he's like, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna keep
okay. I didn't like that either because that was a setup.
100% set up because he knew he wasn't going to be giving her up, and he just went with it anyway. I was like, why? That is like the
No, I
dumbest.
didn't like that because I was like, at that point, if you're gonna say that in the book, just sell her. Like that would have been interesting.
Yeah, it would have been really interesting, and it could have been like, wait, I was gonna sell her, but then I kind of got jealous because all these people were bidding on what's mine, and then I just decided to buy her.
Something because that whole plot line went nowhere.
Nowhere.
It really did. But I'm trying to look at the reviews and it's very mixed. Like there is like I'm looking at like my friends' ratings
Uh-huh.
and 10 people that I know have read it. There's been 3 2 stars, 1 3 star. Oh wait. Yeah, 1 3 star and then the rest is 5 stars and a 4 star.
Wow.
No, 5 of my friends have given it 5 stars. 5 stars and then 3 2 stars and like people who normally read romance gave it 2 stars, like Riley. Well, I don't know if Riley Marie reads a lot of
Uh-huh.
romance, gave it 2 stars. Just from Peace Love Books, she gave it 2.5 stars, rounded down to 2. One of my friends, Antonella, I don't think she has a YouTube channel.
She doesn't.
She um gave it 2 stars, but she DNF'd it.
2 stars,
um
but DNF. Huh.
yeah, she DNF'd it. She said she
Oh,
and it's a
Izzy DNF'd it as well.
oh wow. Someone commented on the DNF and said you made the right choice. Oh wow. Well, I'm gonna look at the comments under Justice.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, someone literally commented the same comment under it 5 times.
Oh God.
I'm- But this book, let me see. So it has mostly 4 stars and then 5 stars and then 3 stars.
It's so funny because I have Sarah who rated it 5 stars, and she's like
Mhm.
immaculate, and then I
Yeah.
have right under her comment as someone that gave it 2 star, actually rounded up to 2 stars, so gave it 1.5, and was like, this writing was god awful in most places.
Okay, I really did not mind the writing because again, I don't know why I'm drawing so many parallels to Zodiac Academy, but once you read Zodiac Academy,
Uh-huh.
all writing seems good to you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because Zodiac Academy is the lowest. If it's like have you read Crave too?
Yeah.
Have you read Crave? Oh yeah, so Zodiac Academy and Crave have very similar writing styles.
Oh, okay. Which is interesting because I actually really enjoy Crave.
No,
I
no, I'm
really enjoy
sorry.
Crave.
Okay, but I think Zodiac Academy is kind of worse.
Oh, is it
But
worse?
I'm talking about the writing though. Specifically
Okay.
just the writing. You know how the writing seems
Yeah,
very much like it's like a teenage girl's diary?
absolutely, 100%.
Yes, I don't like that. I
Oh,
don't like that at all. So
no.
comparing this writing to Teenage Girl Diary, this is really not bad. This is like 5, 4 out of 5. Like 5, I meant 4 or 5 out of 10. It's not that bad because
Um,
those two are a 0. Not that I'm saying either of those are bad books. I think both those books I gave like 3 stars, but like the writing is what drug it down that far.
right.
And Crave though, think about that. Crave is like 500 pages.
Crave is so long. I know. It drives me nuts.
And it's 500 pages of Teenage Girl Diary. No, no, I'm sorry. But, maybe it was because I was just there. I was just a teenage girl that maybe it's just a no from me.
I think it's because I read the first one after, it was like right after Jen and we reread Twilight for my book club.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, how did I like these books as a kid, Twilight? And then I started reading Crave, and I'm like, this one's so much better, even though it's kind of like the same.
It's not better. I'm sorry, I haven't even read Twilight. I've only seen the movies. but
Better.
I wouldn't say that.
100% better.
I wouldn't say that. With the plot in Crave, it's all
No,
over
not
the place.
necessarily just not necessarily plot, but just the way that it was written. Like you said, like teenage
Okay.
girl. Bello
Okay.
is insufferable.
Yes, but at the same time, Crave has no organization. Literally, the world, there's no world building. Like they just threw. But honestly, Zodiac Academy is way worse about that. That's like the reason why. Like Crave was like enjoyable to an extent. Zodiac
Uh-huh.
Academy is just like okay. Like I don't understand why people like it so much because literally when I tell you
Hmm.
it's everything that you could ever put into a fantasy, put into a fantasy. Like it's like, oh, we're gonna have werewolves, and we're gonna have zodiac signs, and we're gonna have tarot cards, and we're gonna have divination, and then we're gonna have werewolves, and then we're gonna have witches, and then we're gonna have blood magic, and then we're gonna have like I was like, you can't just put everything in here and just hope for the best. Like it's like they
Hopefully.
literally took every ingredient in their kitchen and threw it into a blender and hoped that it would turn out well. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was
It's
not gonna
so
happen.
funny because one of my friends, she loves Zodiac Academy. She like
I'm glad
binged
for
like
her.
the entire like series, and
It's
she,
very bingeable. That type of writing is very bingeable.
yeah.
But no, it really truly, it's like they put every ingredient in the kitchen together and hope that it would work.
Oh my gosh.
And I heard that they do like flesh it out and develop it more later on in the series.
She did say that. She did say the later books in the series are better than the first books.
Yes, but the first book also takes place over the course of like 5 days. Like, and
Yeah.
it's like, it's not even short. Like, it's like a 400-page book.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fun. Sure, they're fun. But are they good? Different question.
Different question.
Different question.
Every time I hear something about that book, I'm just like, oh, I think I'll read it. And then I'll hear something like this. And I'm like, maybe not. And then someone else will be like, well, like hype it up. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll read
Well, if
that.
you like Crave, you might like it. I feel like that book and Crave are similar as just I feel like Crave is more it knows what it's trying to do. Zodiac
But
Academy when they wrote that first book, I don't think they knew what they wanted to do. They just were hoping that
yeah.
something would stick.
Yeah.
But now Zodiac Academy is like what, like 8 books?
Yeah. 8 or 9.
I know, and I know a lot of people are irritated because they're not doing all the zodiac signs. Like on each book cover, there's a zodiac sign on each cover, and
Uh-huh.
apparently that does actually have to do with like the content of what's in the plot in the book.
Okay.
But they're not doing every zodiac sign because then they would have to do 12 books.
They're well on their way. I mean, dang, might as
I know,
well.
but I think they said they're ending it in, or with 8 or 9. I think the last book's coming out like next year.
Oh, okay.
I was like, y'all might as well just go ahead and do it all.
Do it, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about this book, Blood or Black Sunshine.
Black Sunshine. Yeah.
But I honestly, I had a good time. Like it was just a fun little read. Like I liked the world, and I liked the magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked the system and the history, and I thought that was well done.
I don't like that she could just do magic without being taught anything. She's like I just thought about the roses being alive and they were alive. I'm like, okay.
Well, yes, but then also I feel like that happens a lot. Like when people are like witches, like in most books, and they don't know that they're witches, they'll normally have like little sparks of power that come out here and there.
Right, but it's usually tied to emotion. Like if they're really like scared or if they're
True.
really
But
angry.
the roses is like
She
the only thing that
like
she could do. She couldn't do
right.
anything
She
else.
couldn't do anything else. But like there was really literally no reason why she was just able to make those roses come back alive, even though she's like, I just thought the roses should be alive and that's it. I'm like,
I'm dead.
what?
You know, I'm just really cold. Okay, I'm actually freezing. I don't know what it is.
Sweater
I
on.
need to put on long sleeves because I'm cold. Um. Oh God. I woke up at noon today. No reason for this yawning. There's no reason. And then
I
also, I don't
had
even
my
have
best
class
sleep.
tomorrow.
I had my best sleep between like 5 and 9. I was just like tossing and turning all night.
Yeah, and I don't even have class tomorrow. And I didn't have class. Yeah, I know, because so on Fridays I don't have classes, so I normally have a 3-day weekend regardless. Thursdays, this past Thursday, we had a wellness day because 3 people committed suicide on my campus. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they gave us a wellness day as like a little, you know. So
Yeah.
I didn't have class on Thursdays, and then I had a test on Wednesday, but my professor was like, "Oh, like since the wellness day doesn't affect us because we have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, I'll give y'all off on Mondays so you can have like a little break after your test." And then my other class on Monday, like tomorrow, we are supposed to be working on like our projects because apparently this is high school and she's giving us time to work on our assignments. I don't know. But she's just doing it over Zoom. So like if we have a question, we could just pop in and go on Zoom. So I was like, okay, now me not having classes for 5 days, it's gonna be a 5 day weekend.
That's
Even though
nice.
I literally took a test today, like it was an online test. Like I'm doing work, but at least I don't have to go to class.
Yeah, this week was going to be a short week for me. I was going to have Friday off, but then there's like this symposium that we have to go to, and it's mandatory. At least I get paid, and lunch is provided. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
that.
I was gonna wash my hair tonight, but I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow since I don't have class. Because this slick back with this gel, I've
Mhm.
had this in my head for over a week. That's a little long to have a slip back.
It's like low maintenance.
Yeah, and then I'm washing my hair, and then I'm gonna have it for a couple days, and then my mom is gonna try and do my hair on Friday. This is the first time that she's doing my hair, but I think she can do it. I believe in her. And it's also unseasonably warm up here too. Or down here, I mean.
um, it got a little cold, like unseasonably cold here. When we had this random storm like come in, it rained. It was cloudy for 2 days, and then on the third day, it just like rained and brought the temperature down like 10 degrees. And we're like, oh my god, it's really cold. Like, but it's like back to normal.
Yeah, we had like maybe like in October, I think we had like a week or 2 weeks that were like cold, like I brought my jackets from home type cold.
Mhm.
And then it went back up and now it's been like 70s and 80s every day. Yeah, I know. People are struggling this year on my campus. I don't know what's going on. I have this day off this Friday for Veterans Day. Oh,
Mhm.
that's nice. We
Since
don't.
Veterans Day lands on this Friday, and this Friday I would have normally got paid. We're getting paid on Thursday, so I get my paycheck a day early.
Oh yeah, I saw that you went to Florida. I saw it on your Instagram, and then I saw that you posted like a November update, and I started to watch that, and then I don't know what happened. Well, I didn't finish it, but the video was only like 5 minutes, so I'm surprised I didn't finish it. But I
Oh,
watched like 2 minutes of it. I tried.
you tried. You tried.
Yeah, but
Well, anything else that you would like to talk
oh,
about, or
well,
anybody would like?
I have my banner. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me get rid of this one. Oh wait, what? I literally switched it. I literally saved it as the right stuff, and then it didn't save. Okay, hold on.
Okay, that's the
I
one.
literally changed it before you hopped on here, and it really did me dirty.
That happened to me once. I'm just like, that's not the right anything.
Oh, it literally changed some of it too because it has the correct date, but everything else did not save. Just the date.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Lord, Lord, Lord.
Okay, nice. Love it. So our next, or this month, I mean November, our book club pick is Balance by Lucia Franco. And our live show, if it stays on schedule, will be July. We're way past July. December 4th. Um, December 4th. And this book is long. So if you want to read
Oh,
it, pick it up. Like a couple days before. Well, I don't know
not
how
the same
quick y'all
thing.
read. Like I'm probably gonna start this like at the end of November because it's 550 pages. And I don't think there's an audio. Actually, I think there is. I don't know. Let me double check my facts. Because something in me
Balance,
is telling me that there is an audiobook, and then the other half of me is saying that there isn't an audiobook.
isn't it? Hmm. Balance.
Okay, wait. I see that one of the books in this series has an audiobook. So that means that, okay, there is an audiobook. I will inform you that it is 17 hours and 18 minutes.
What?
So I'm so sorry, Nicole. This is what the people voted for.
Listen, people, I'm going to tell you something right now.
Nina got your card.
Oh, yay! Thank you.
It is thick. It's thick,
Thick.
thick for sure.
Thick.
But I've heard a lot of people like this is like one of their favorite series of all time. But then also like I think this book is kind of questionable, so like we'll see. I don't know. It could go either way. It's either gonna be really questionable and I'm not gonna like it, or it's gonna do things right and I'm gonna love it. So I don't know. But all four books are like long. All of them are long. Her standalone, or is this a standalone? Hush Hush. Hush Hush I've heard about before. I think it's her standalone, and that one's even 13 and a half hours.
Yeah, Hush Hush is the only one that's on my library. So
Well, Balance is long.
long. Which,
Yeah.
this one was long. This one, I mean, this one was, what is it? What did we say it was? 14?
13 or something. So this one's like an extra hour plus on 3 times speed.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I already did my content. Not my TBR though. But like who knows? Do I ever actually post? I just have a tentative plan.
I haven't, no. I found out I was pregnant and everything just went downhill for me.
That's fair. I don't know what came over me though. In October, for the first time ever, I read 20 books in a month.
Wow.
That was the first time that's ever happened. The most I think I've ever read before has been 17 or 18 books in a month.
Mm-hmm.
But I read 20, and I had like school and being an RA and my other job, and every single weekend I had something going on. Like I had the fair 2 weekends, then I had Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was a lot of social things going on.
Yeah.
In October. And then ended up reading 20 books still. So I don't know what was going on there, but
I don't even know how many books.
I must have been neglecting something.
Something's neglected that I don't remember yet, but
I'm sorry, Nina, but I'm hoping to keep the momentum going. I'm tired. Okay.
I read 18 books in October, which is surprising.
Oh wow.
I read
I
11
truly
books.
wasn't. Like I was trying, but I wouldn't say I was living my best life. Cuz my best life is me in my bed all day. So,
What in the hell happened
but I have no more else things to say except
here? No more else things. Nope.
no.
Done.
But yeah, I started earlier than you normally would because she's thick. And then this will be our last live show for 2022. Because our December pick, we were going to do the live show in January.
January.
But we'll have to probably push the live show back. Maybe. Probably. Because maybe. I don't know. Because the first is the first day of January.
Of January.
The first is the first.
You're right. Yeah.
But it's not like New Year's Eve. It's just New Year's Day. That's different.
Right.
Anyways.
We'll see. That's future us
that's
problems.
Later. That's a different problem.
That's future us problems.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Those of you who enjoyed this book, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I'm just saying I've read better, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But will I be continuing with the series? Probably not.
Well, I mean, the next one's shorter. So.
That's the only thing that might let me pick it up. Because if it was longer, no, absolutely not.
But it's like an average length. That one's average length. It's not even long.
Average length for who?
Okay, the average length book is like 300 pages. Like average across all genres.
All genres.
And apparently everything is like 308 pages or something.
Okay.
So it's average.
I might.
We have another comment. Find on YouTube again. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so mad that I didn't search for that on YouTube before buying the audiobook. Oh my god, I'm so upset at myself.
Okay.
Well, all right, everybody, have a great night.
I hope y'all have a good night, and we'll talk to y'all next month. Okay. Bye. Good night, everybody.